I decided that I wanted to do my clinical internship in Singapore. I was a student of Life University in Atlanta, Georgia. So I came over and I did 6 months internship here, working in the clinic in Bukatima. And then I liked it so much at the end of it, I decided to stay on and become one of the full-time doctoring staff.
And for any successful practice that we've ever been associated with, they always have a system in place. And so coming to CF, meeting Dr. Khan and seeing the organization and the system that's in place already available. So I think the professionalism in that aspect is what impressed me probably most in the beginning.
I joined CF essentially because of Dr. Khan. After meeting with Dr. Khan, I was really impressed with his leadership. I was also impressed by his clinics. I could feel that he was very sincere and he had a lot of integrity. He spoke passionately about chiropractic and about philosophy of chiropractic, which resonated with me very deeply. I spent some time visiting 1-2 of his clinics, and I could see that high patient volume was a reality and that the patients were getting excellent chiropractic care. I wanted to see what I could do to become a part of this.
But getting out of the United States and not having to deal with all the insurance issues, managed care and things like that, which make it very difficult to practice now in the U.S. Getting out of the U.S. was an opportunity to practice the way I like to practice and not have to deal with a lot of the hassles.
It was very extensive, so everything you're expected to do in terms of your role as a chiropractor doctor for CF is covered in this training program. It's been invaluable in terms of speaking of my own experience and how I've now been able to take over a clinic here in Singapore and running it every day, all day, as you do out here. Yeah.
It really shed light upon certain things about myself. For example, where I was weak in my patient interaction, and it helped me to really develop those parts so that I could talk to patients more confidently and more comfortably about chiropractic, and also to improve other aspects of the clinic experience, which is to say patient retention, conversions. And I feel much more confident as a chiropractor as a result of the training program.
The patient management, the leadership skills they teach you when you get on camera and start practicing, and how you effectively more communicate and how to run a successful practice, for me overall has been transformational. It's an experience I wish all new grads right out of school had to go through. It really makes a difference.
When you join Chiropractic First, they really spend the time, in particular over the first month to 6 weeks, of you go through some training, and it's good training. It's gets you back to some basics. It teaches you how to do good report of findings, the procedures, how the company works, and all that kind of stuff. So the first thing, it's really good foundationally that when you come over, you do some training. You get to visit some other clinics that are already here working, so you kind of get to see how things run in the CF system. And that's good. It is a system, and so it helps you that you can kind of come in, bring your talents in, and sort of plug in.
Well, I've been lucky enough to be mentored by Dr. Khan, and he's been very good in helping me not just develop as a doctor, but also develop my skills outside of the clinic as well, both in leadership with my team and with my support staff, and also growth as a person. So I've been very blessed to have him as my mentor. Apart from that, then I've managed to pay that forward to mentor some of the younger doctors that have come through, and so it's a real pleasure to see them develop from someone very new, very fresh, to an experienced doctor who's able to confidently handle their clinic by themselves.
The company's always been supportive of me. Chiropractic First is always going to try to help you and try to boost you up and get the full potential out of you. There's a bit of a camaraderie among the doctors and marketing and upper management and all that kind of stuff. You get to know one another personally. Even though it's a big company, it doesn't feel that way. It feels kind of like a big family, and we do things together, which is fun.
They have a really great support system. So they do things like roadshows, corporate talks, and other marketing events, so that you don't actually have to do your own marketing, but you do need to be present for it. So it's allowed me to do a lot in terms of public speaking, gaining a lot more confidence in terms of, talking chiropractic in front of a crowd. and it's also allowed me to really experience a lot of different cultures.
One definite advantage of having the other doctors, the other clinics here, at any stage of practice, any stage of experience, is that if you have a question or if you have something that you need a second opinion on from a colleague, you can text, message, email, pull a doc aside at training and say, this is what I'm dealing with this patient. What do you do differently, or what would you do? And you have that constant resource to use, but that's always there.
We all coach one another and we help one another. So I learn the way I am, and even though I've been doing it a long time, I'm always looking for new nuggets of wisdom along the way. But I do think it's helpful in particular for some of the younger doctors that don't have the experience. That there's a few of us that have been around and been in practice for a long time. So experience helps. And I get texts from some of the young guys and stuff, and they will say, hey, I've got this case where this is going on, and they may actually, put in the x-ray and send it to me and ask some advice and stuff, and I'm always more than happy to help. I think everybody in the company wants everybody else to do well. It's not like a competing, like, I'm going to beat you or this, that, and the other than sort of friendly competition. But I think everybody wants to help everybody else.
I also think you need to be very motivated to come out here. The company certainly will set out targets for you to work towards, and it's a very, very ambitious target, and rightfully so. If you are a new graduate seeking your first clinical experience, it's a very steep but also very healthy learning curve. But also, perhaps like myself, a chiropractor who's worked many, many years in practice, who's looking for a change of practice environment. I would say it's a very, very useful step to take as well.
Is really willing to put your ego aside, learn from other people, work your butt off, and really work hard at it, then I think that this is a great place that has lots of potential. If you're looking to just come over and have a free ride for a few years just to travel, and you think that you're just gonna drop in and all this money's gonna be flowing to you, that's not realistic.
One of the prerequisites for being here and wanting to treat is basically the philosophy of chiropractic. Really wanting to help people better their life. That is our duty as doctors, and that's our biggest challenge, is to educate. And so if you really have that desire that you want to help people with health care, then this is the right place.